respond. How did you get here? I was on a deep reconnaissance mission. I was sent by the Axiomites of the Axis to investigate a strange new disturbance in the Threshold Fortress, but I was captured by Aurelia Vorlesh and her demonic allies. Since then, I have remained both her prisoner and her test subject. The Inevitable's essence is used to stabilize the structures that sustain the Threshold Fortress. What can you tell me about Threshold? The Threshold Fortress is the central location of the load-bearing magical structures that enable the World Wound's existence. The Threshold's Fortress is the most stable part of the wound, the only part that is minimally affected by the principal chaos of the Abyss. The paradox should not lead to confusion. The Threshold Fortress remains in a state of quiescence, but that is not in its natural state. Aurelia Vorlesh uses external sources of power to prevent its destabilization. This is the purpose I unwillingly serve. I supply the power necessary to sustain the Threshold Fortress. What can you tell me about Aurelia? Aurelia Vorlesh, formerly a mortal woman, now a half-demon in possession of mythic powers. Threat level comparable to Demon Lord. Psychological profile extremely unstable. Her capacity for deep analysis and understanding coexists with her predisposition for manias and fixation. Conclusion: Aurelia Vorlesh is an enemy of order, and therefore subject to determination. I like how this guy talks. What can you tell me about the World Wound? A comprehensive account of all the data I have collected on this phenomenon will take, by my calculation, 4 days, 6 hours, and 35 minutes. An account of this duration is unacceptable under the current circumstances. Proceed to recount key points and key points only. Point 1. The World Wound is an artificially created planar rift. It is an intersection between the material plane and the plane of the Abyss. The World Wound allows demons to travel freely from the Abyss to Galarian, and it also creates a favorable environment for magical cataclysms, anomalies, and phenomena. Point 2. The World Wound's existence was only made possible as a result of the criminal acts of Aurelia Vorlesh. On 2 occasions, she conducted a ritual to bind a mortal soul, once with the essence of the Abyss and once with a demonic soul. That's me. The soul-binding final acts as the framework for the intersection of the planes. If this ritual is reversed, the soul will be severed from its bond and the material plane will be severed from the Abyss. This process will likely result in the termination of the bonded soul. The prognosis for its owner's survival is unfavorable. Point 3. The World Wound is an unprecedented violation of the world order and a powerful weapon of chaos. The World Wound must be removed at all cost. I await your decision. Alright, let's do it. I thank you, ally. It will be an honor to die in battle.
Don't hold back.
Can I beat him? Oh, our old summon monsters are coming into the room. Spam Bone Shatter. Use heal again. Spam magic missiles until they run out. I'm curious, what's his armor? 72. 72. And usually when someone's armor is too high for me, I lower it by using poisons. He's immune to that because he's a clockwork. Got him. He fell backward and then flipped back around forward. Wait. Did it just teleport me? Get out of the demi-plane?
The world's not ending just yet.
Okay, hang on. Since we're not in combat, I'm saving heal for the next time I have to fight.
I am prepared.
You did not loose anyone. Nope. I've got some animals that are down, but they'll be revived the next time I rest. Papers with erratically scribbled calculations of formulas. The words I promise are written in the margins. What the heck? A resurrection scroll that has been ripped to pieces. A simple diagram of a tower next to a quick sketch of a room with a large crystal in the center. An empty stand that may have once held a large crystal. An enemy stand. Jojo! Shards of several dozen large diamonds. They appear to have been used in an unsuccessful attempts to cast spells. Okay. Oh look, it's the Arcane Sanctuary from Diablo 2. This looks like a boss room, I don't like it. Something about this strange place feels oppressive. The air is still and silent, yet you can hear the distant echoes of words, promises, and battle cries. You strain to hear what's being said, but you can only make out a few words. Finally, sea sorcerer. I promise. I promise.
Can't be dismissed as a calculation error. You knew failure was a possibility. Then why? Why?
Arilu's silhouette looks just as surreal as the sounds that fill this space. She is not looking at you and seems lost in thought. Her voice is dull and tired, and there is no trace of the hospitality she showed you at the entrance to the fortress. I need answers.
Yes, it's decided. I will tell you the truth before we fight to the death. Would you like to know why I upended your life?
We fight to the death. I really don't like that I just did so many awful fights without getting to rest, and then I have to potentially fight a big bad boss. I'm scared. Arilu barely seems to hear you. After a while, she turns toward you, as if noticing you for the first time. She looks at you for a moment, and her expression changes. The tiredness in her eye gives way to a cold, hard resolve. That's funny, but that's not within my character. Speak.
This place is my demi-plane. I created it when I was a prisoner in Threshold. I would slip away to conduct my rituals here in secret. This is where I decided to create what mortals would later call the World Wound. This is where I made all my preparations. Do you understand? Escaping was never my goal. I could have easily disappeared from Threshold. I could have passed through it like water through sand, but that wasn't my goal. Some believe that I brought Sarkoris to ruin out of revenge. And there is some truth to that. I had reason to take revenge. You didn't listen to my words in Iz, and you didn't find a way into the secret part of my laboratory. Otherwise, you would know what I'm talking about.
So glad they had the voice actor record a line in case the player's stupid like me.
My laboratory. The old house in the middle of nowhere that marked the entrance to my lab. It was the home of Arilu Vorlesh when I was still a mere mortal. I lived there with my son, away from the din of the crowd, and sheltered from the keen gaze of the Sarkorian witch hunters. It was a place where the reality of our world was in close proximity to the abyss. A place where I could study the magic forbidden to all Sarkorians. I thought I had hidden my home well, but I was wrong. They found it. They found us. At that hour, I was there, in the laboratory.
Mukluk Vorlesh, no.
Laboratory I loved so much. I was absorbed in one of my experiments when the hunters arrived on our doorstep. I was sitting at my desk, recording my observations, thoughts, and calculations, as was my habit. That's when I heard the noise outside.
Oh no.
The fight was brief. It barely lasted a moment. By the time I sensed that something was amiss and hurried out to see what was happening, it was too late. All I could do was cradle the body of my dead child.
I could bring him back.
Cry after their departing, so...
He'd be a little skeletal.
I promise.
Why did the Sarkorian hunters attack your son?
Because they saw him with a scroll that he had secretly borrowed from my supply. He was trying to perform a forbidden ritual. Children, they are always drawn to the unknown. But for the Threshold Hunters, this child playing with a magical trinket he stole from an adult was just as much of a criminal as the worst demon worshippers.
Interesting, it's a son if your MC is a man, and a girl if your MC is a girl. Wait. What? Wait, is that actually the plot? Matsuni, stop it, shut up! You guys are spoiling it! Jesus Christ, come, you should know better. What does this all have to do with me?
Nothing, as it turns out.
She responds with some bitterness.
Look around you. This demi-plane. The first time I escaped from my cell and ran here, I was trying to resurrect my son. I tried many things, but all my efforts were in vain. The soul had already received Pharasma's judgment, and had been sent on the path determined by the gods. Into the abyss.
And then you politely gave up, right?
And when I realized that, I rebelled. But not against my jailers. Not against those who had murdered my child.
A storm
Not
rages in
even
her eyes.
against Sarkoris. My uprising was against destiny. Death and the laws that the gods had forced upon our lives. I realized then that I wouldn't be satisfied with simply returning my son to life. I had to shatter this order once and for all, and make it so that neither Pharasma and her lackeys nor death itself could ever stand between us. Only by stepping beyond the bounds of what had been ordained for mortal kind, by obtaining powers that rivaled the divine, could we become free. And with this newfound purpose, I turned myself into a half-demon.
Oh.
Fusing the spiritual essence of the two planes was the only way I could achieve my goal. I let the abyss into my soul, and into this world. I opened the world wound. I danced around 3 demon lords, making them assist me without ever revealing my true intentions. They just believed they were dealing with another power-hungry mortal. But in reality, I was after one thing. I wanted to find what was left of my son's soul, and give him a new birth. One that would prevent anything from ever harming him again. And then I found you. I chose you because I felt a faint affinity to you. I thought your soul could accept the remains of my son's soul, like the soil takes a seed.
This would be a much bigger surprise if someone hadn't mentioned it 5 seconds ago.
I thought I could bring back my child by tethering the mangled remnants of his soul to a pure mortal soul untouched by the abyss. I thought the power of the Nahindrian crystals would allow me to protect him forever. That I could tear him away from the dominion of mortal nature. But I was mistaken in both assumptions. Now I'm about to face the consequences of my mistake. You will witness them as well.
Oh, what the... Wait. What?
Our victory is certain.
Oh, God. Wait. So, is she gone? It's just summons?
Praise be Palawa Mukluk Joko von Snuffles the third Mukluk Bobble.
Strike!
Who is that? Shade Creeper, thank you, buddy. Mukluk Douglas about that'll be original Death Squad the 4th, this is Johnson myself as the 3rd Douglas. You Shade Creeper back to the lab. Hope you enjoy your stay. Entertainment is on the way. Crank up the speakers, don't touch the bakers, giveaways every week. Please take a seat, but don't need the edge. I guess she got feared. Don't have a lot of big spells left on this one. Maxi might just solely a Frost Giant. Oh, here we go. I actually... Oh, one. That summoned one Boogeyman. I actually had Boogeyman at an earlier level, and I didn't realize it. I had a lower level version of the spell that summoned less of them. Let's have Darren throw some out too. Alright, Boogeymen are going. They tried casting Crushing Despair and Phantasmal Killer. I'm gonna have Schult go up here toward the caster. Valor casts Infectious Rage.
You should have run.
On the swarms? Okay. Darren's sometimes gets you Thanadean, which is the thing that spams negative levels. Oh, I thought it was Boogeyman. 77. Oh my god, the swarms are moving in really dumb ways and getting AO'd a whole lot. Nereid.
I will resist.
Had to shoot my own swarms there because they were hitting me. The game is definitely playable now. I do hope they handle this lag at some point, though. I'm not sure if there's any more big opponents after this. I don't know if I should save some big magic. Let's just go ham. Try summon Thana-Demon. Never done this before. Oh, it's those big bodyguards from the Abyss Town. Those things were nasty. Boogeyman just got obliterated.
Hear you cry.
I would say you can't save in combat, unfortunately.
This
I meant to say big stuff for later. Oh, gotcha. All these insane armor classes. Whose turn is it? Oh, it's hers. Nereid casts Nereid Spray, but it doesn't seem to have worked. Crushing Despair hit Wojtek. Thanks.
Prepare yourself.
Boogeyman tries to swing, doesn't work. Darren can just shoot, I guess.
And grace.
Innervation. Oh, there's the negative level thing.
Run them
Good to
through.
know.
Don't hold back.
All the encounters before a boss are there to reduce your resources. I mean, that's been like my last 10 fights, though. I don't know. I wasn't sure if like a reload would spawn right after these guys vanished or what. I don't know what's going on.
This should do it.
Swarms are going, getting shot by the archer. Guy attacks the bear a lot, but he misses. Feared mob's taking a turn. Knocks.
Behead. Desna, guide my hand.
Oh, I saw a crit for 132 there. That's good for her, considering this troublesome armor class we're dealing with.
I'll make short work of this.
No, stop. Laggy game. I was clicking this to drag this out. I wanted to see the what happened with that innervation, and instead we sent.
Out of my way.
We completely wasted her turn.
Strike.
Lag is still strong. Yeah, it's better, but it is still strong.
Let's try this way.
I'm wondering if when I get out of this dungeon thing, if it'll be better or if it's still going to be bad. If it's still bad, I might, you know, put the game back on hiatus. But we'll find out.
May I see your entrails, please?
Don't think the Nereid's done anything yet.
Make your peace.
That Baylor's almost dead.
Out of my sight.
Diana Damon missed. Eve getting low. I need to heal her.
Die! You should have run.
Bear's turn. Take some swings at that guy. Muck's turn. Just shoot. Swarms are going somewhere. Enemy archers going.
My wounds pile on.
The feared mob is going. I'd be in a lot more trouble if she wasn't constantly feared.
Let the attack commence.
Nereid misses. Incoming Baylor explosion.
Resist.
Yep. Eve is a bit low on health. Alright, Darren needs to get up here to heal Shulk. That laggy movement. Nice, we were able to make it in one turn. I wasn't sure if she'd be able to. Thana Damon went in for a melee. Does that mean he has given up on level draining? Or maybe he's out of spells. Maybe he only had 3. Kind of want to engage on that, but I'm afraid of it suddenly breaking out of fear and killing my people.
A calculated risk.
At least the sounds don't lag. Yeah, small favor there. I don't think that... I'm not sure if this Gaelu Stormcaller has taken a single turn this whole battle. Now that I think about it. Like, I've been wailing on him for a while, but I haven't seen him do, like, any of the big, like, fan of cold or lightning or any of that. Which is good, of course. I was just surprised.
Prepare yourself.
I'm gonna have her open fire on that on the next possible turn. Thanadaemon... What? Summon Thanadaemon receives 3 damage. It doesn't say from what. Awesome.
Run them through.
It's dead. Whoa! Critical 298! Very welcome. That is very welcome.
This should do it.
Swarm going for the Deadeye. Deadeye's running around. Not sure if she's feared again. End his turn. Mystic Merilith Leader is immune to... Oh, there's a swarm down there that's been working on that Merilith. I didn't realize. I thought they were both up top side, but one's up top, one's down down below. All right, Eru, open fire.
Guide my hand.
I'm hoping Eru can handle this alone while that thing is CC'd, but we will find out. This is my last big heal.
Out of my way.
Good hit. I'll just pass her turn. Can probably fight in real time now. I'm worried about that mob down below suddenly breaking loose. Well, you know what? We'll give it a shot. We'll give it a shot. Actually, they just killed her during that. Ah, she's doing some damage. Alright. Get out of the demiplane. Alright, alright. Everyone got a mythic level up. Let's tap quick save. Alright, so I just saved it, so I don't know if I can... I'm guessing it would not have let me rest in there. It doesn't seem logical for it to have let me rest for 8 hours in there, so we'll step outside. Come on. The plane of no lag. Take me there.
You should not have come here. I, Arilu Vorlesh, the one you called the Betrayer, have nothing to offer you but death. Karamzadeh, I will give you the chance to avenge your death.
No.
Rise.
Isn't this the electric guy that kept one-shotting me?
Mortal scum, you have struck ice into my heart. I will devour your soul.